Hello, welcome to another video from Avenue X looking at Chinese dramaland in the past week. Last week's video came out and then got blocked by YouTube because I had a clip of trailer of the drama 一无之城 in my video, which I usually do and always do, and it's been done like over 300 times and never had a problem. But last week it decides to give me trouble, so I had to re-render, take that part out in case that happens again, and it was just too much trouble trying to dispute with YouTube. It's pointless. What I would be doing from now on my weekly news video would be, if there's a trailer, I'm gonna flip it in my video. I'm also gonna change opacity and cut it into pieces so that the AI wouldn't identify it at the cost of your viewing experience, because it's gonna look ridiculous. I'm actually looking forward to it when I edit it today and see how ridiculous things will look like if I do that. Now, let's get back to business. Last week, right after I put out my video on the 30th last day of the month, we had an airdropping drama on Youku, 天书黎明, Treasure at Dawn, which is a period detective drama led by Li Hongyi, Su Xiaotong, and Yu Cheng'en. I do remember when the drama was shooting. I did talk about it multiple times, but this time when it came out, it literally was airdropped and not promoted at all. I didn't see any news anywhere about its scheduling. It just showed up. I haven't had time to check it out. I do know it's on. I will do my best to try to get a look at it. Then we have multiple dramas that have announced their scheduling coming up airing dates. First, on the 8th, on both iQIYI and CCTV1, we have a 32 episodes 民国 setting drama airing called 风雨潮, Silent Tides. That is a set in Aumen, so Macau, and then around the time of 1940s, the war against the Japanese invasion, that type of drama. Given this is the 80th anniversary of that, victory totally makes sense. It's one more of those packages of drama we've already seen airing around the time of September and October. This one's a latecomer, but it's also in that framework. And this drama is led by Ren Jialun, Lan Yingying, Li Chun, also featuring many other very familiar faces in Chinese dramaland. I will definitely check this one out because it does look like actually a properly made drama, although Ren Jialun is mostly known these days as the never do anything inventive and always just regurgitating his looks and roles of his previous period idol dramas guy. And 民国 drama he's done before, and also anti-Japanese invasion dramas he's done before. This is just a latest one, but it looks like a more proper production. The trailer does look okay. For me to get into this drama, I'm most interested actually in the girls acting, Lan Yingying and Li Chun. I think they will be much more interesting, honestly, than the leading guy. In the trailer, he's not dubbed. He really does use his own voice, and that's not a good sign because Ren Jialun's line delivery is stabler than a dead man's heartbeat. Over the last decade, really there's no change, no improvement, so stable. Moving on to the next thing, one day after that, on the 9th, on Tencent, we have a Tencent's 迷雾剧场, so I think it's X, whatever. It's suspense, crime, that kind of a category of dramas airing. 20 episodes, contemporary, called 超感迷宫. I couldn't be sure what is the English title. Super Sensed Maze. That would be the direct translation of the title, and it is a crime drama. It's led by 段奕宏, Dou Xiao, Wang Jiajia. For the two guys, I think you should be probably really familiar with them because they've been in a lot of things. For the girl, she is better known for her role earlier this year in the iQIYI drama Drifting Away that I had a huge problem with. But she's a good actress, you have to say that. And this is a crime story where Duan Yihong is playing a mid-age, I think, detective or some type of detective. He works for the police and he's a master of chasing down criminals or whatever. Profiler, similar to that kind of work. And then Dou Xiao plays a role that, although I haven't watched the drama, I kind of guessed it. Based on the trailer, it's kind of obvious. It spoiled it for you that he's the looking nice, approachable guy, and then you realize he turns out to be a psycho. Good thing about it is it's only 20 episodes, so it'll probably finish airing within a week's time after it comes out, something like that. Whether it's worth watching or whether it's good, I cannot guarantee that at all. I cannot swear on that at all because Chinese detective dramas these days are overall very, very mediocre. Also, the problem with this type of drama is if it's 20 episodes, it's one case, right? It's just like one big criminal thing. You have to run around dealing with it for 20 episodes. Usually, it's not good. Then, a few days after that, on 12/12, we're gonna have 长安24季, the Cheng Yi led. 28 episodes right now, that's the number they have. Period drama, the Vendetta of An. So he's the definitive male lead, and then he will be paired with the uncles of Nirvana in Fire World, namely Liu Yijun, Wang Jinsong. 10 years ago, they were uncles of period dramas of the master of conspiracy, Mei Changsu. Now, 10 years later, they are again that type of older character in a very male vendetta drama, circling around the male lead played by Cheng Yi. Sorry, but it does feel Dramaland has declined quite a lot in the last decade. I'll definitely check it out, but I don't have high hopes for it. Moving on to another drama that has gotten its schedule, but it's a little bit more special than the others because this is the so-called 4th season of Strange Tales of Tang Dynasty. It has just finished airing, the 3rd season. It was a 40 episodes covering 8 different cases drama. During the shooting of this drama, they actually did more than 5, close to 6-month shooting, which is way too long for a 40 episodes drama. As it turned out, it's actually a 50 episodes drama. It just got cut to 40. They cut 2 cases out of their footage. They're gonna air it on January the 7th, and they're gonna cut it into 21 episodes. Each episode 20 minutes. So they call it a medium form drama, which I think it's just totally ridiculous. It's the same drama that got manually broken down into 2 parts. One is the proper drama, the other is like tagged along. After that, I think I can talk about the drama as a whole, because actually that is the entirety of the 3rd season. They just call it on production companies and the 4th season, but actually it's the 3rd season. The reason being, the next time they do it, it will be 5th season. They will not have an official big chunk full-length drama that's a 4th season. And that's one of the things this company is superstitious about. They don't ever make a 4th season of anything. I'm guessing somebody on like the top management of their company once walked into a temple and met a monk who told them, you will get great success as long as you don't ever make a 4th season. I mean, can't explain apart from that, you know, because superstitious about number 4 in Chinese Mandarin is because it sounds like death, 死, 死. But that is usually not a reason for people to not make a 4th season. I've never heard about that. So, superstition is real, but for what reason, you'll never find out. Anyway, Strange Tales of Tang Dynasty, so-called 4th season. 2 more cases that's going to be cut into 20 episodes for whatever reason. We're going to see it coming up on January the 7th. Then let's talk about quite a few dramas that have all gotten their licenses and are all ready to air, and you've probably heard about them, all of them, previously. First, the 40 episodes period drama. That's a joint copyright between iQIYI and Tencent and may get into trouble when it airs. Although the drama itself doesn't have a problem, it passed censorship, but the leading actor is in kind of scandal. That would be the new version of Princess Agent, 冰湖重生 Rebirth. That's led by Li Yunrui and Huang Yang-Tian. Huang Yang-Tian used to be the kid actor for Zhao Liying's character in the original Princess Agent with her, Zhao Liying, and Lin Gengxin. So now we have the young people version. And I think it was when I was back in China that this drama was being filmed, because I remember walking in the mall and talking about it. And the problem with that is this year, if you've followed Chinese entertainment land news quite closely, you know Huang Yang-Tian got into trouble with her earrings and her birthday party and a huge web kind of hunt on her family background and her father, because he used to be a civil servant and how could he get that much money, you know, all that. There's a lot of information and misinformation around it, and I am not a detective. I don't have all the time to search the internet and figure out what happened. So I have no idea at what level this thing is at right now. But the problem is her reputation definitely gets affected quite badly. And even when this drama airs, I'm guessing it's gonna be a pretty ugly scene between her fans who wants to fight for her and then people who have doubts and problems and just don't want people like her having a good time in the entertainment business. Probably live comment section is going to be ugly. So that's the first period drama thing that has gotten its license. Then we have 2 contemporary dramas, both led by Gong Jun, that have both gotten their licenses. Both can happen anytime. The first one is the 30 episode police drama. That is another joint copyright drama between iQIYI and Tencent. 风过留痕, The Truth. And this is led by Gong Jun, Jiang Wu, and Sun Yi. And yeah, this is more on the police end of things. Just look at the poster, you'll tell. Next one is more on the court end of things. And this one has been ready for quite a while. Tencent drama, 30 episodes. 我们与法庭的距离. Hold a court now. I think that's the English title. He has 2 contemporary dramas that's taking 2 professions in the 公检法 world. Let's see if he can suit a 公检法 world, because I couldn't imagine it. I have to look at it and know. And this one is led by Gong Jun and Ren Mi. It's interesting that actors always kind of can vibe like a particular professional person. For example, when you look at Huang Jinyu, right? He's either a super soldier, like a special force, or he's a firefighter. It's hard to imagine him like sitting in the office and do any job and convincingly, because he just looks like somebody who would do very physical things and like a soldier type of character. And then you look at actors such as Wang Ziqi. It's even funnier that whether he's in contemporary or period drama, he's always the 公检法. He's always either the policeman, the detective, whether it's the physical type or the brain type, or whether it's anti-drug or ancient time, like an aristocrat who's in charge of the whole country's legal system. It does not matter. But the fact is, like, if it's Wang Ziqi, he's just so suited that when he's there, it's convincing. He doesn't even have to do anything. He just stands there and you're like, yeah, he looks like Gong Jianfa. Gong Jun, I've actually never really pictured him as a part of Gong Jianfa. I mean, he's been a firefighter before, but that drama was actually really funny. I can't take it seriously. His line delivery just totally toasted. But this time, he's gonna be a policeman and also court system worker, whatever specific job he has in it. Soon enough, if it's not this year, we're gonna see it in 2026. So let's see if that works for him. Because I've seen too many dramas after Word of Honor that doesn't work for him. He needs one that works for him, right? He really needs one. And since we've just talked about Wang Ziqi, let's talk about next a drama that led by him, that has gotten its license. 28 episodes contemporary drama on 爱奇艺 生逢其时 In My Prime. This is very similar to Romance in the Alley on Mango last year drama. If you've watched that one, this one will be very similar. Just look at the poster, it's practically the same thing. It's led by Wang Ziqi, Guan Xiaotong as the younger generation. And then the older generation are covered by some of the best actors, such as Liu Ling, Guo Tao, Guo Xiaodong. And they even have repeated actors like Romance in the Alley. Think about Guan Xiaotong and Guo Xiaodong. I'm actually interested in looking at it just because if the script is right and then you have this cast, it's really easy to imagine that it actually works out a pretty nice version of another Romance in the Alley drama. And then this morning I just got the news of another drama that has just gotten its license, and this one is gonna be very tricky for it to get aired anytime soon. Not because of anything wrong with the drama itself, because of geopolitics right now in the world. This is a 30 episodes 爱奇艺 period drama that is another Ma Boyong novel adaptation. This is the one where the 2 actors who actually physically look like father and son are actually going to show up in the same period drama. If that jogs your memory, 日落东营. English title is Mission for Brave. I think it should be Mission for the Brave if you're talking about it in English, but whatever. And this is a Ming Dynasty setting period drama because the Chinese title is The Sun is Setting in Dongying, Eastern Ying, which is the ancient name of Japan. So basically, sun is setting in Japan. It's a period drama setting Ming Dynasty. If you look at Ming Dynasty history, which is around 14th to 17th century of China, that is the period where China actually had a lot of with Japan at the time. Very well-known generals and military geniuses who devised things that are specifically designed to fight off, at the time we call Wako, which is Japanese invaders. This is the story that's going to involve a lot of Ming Dynasty people, and it's going to be another thing that has fictional characters that got worked into real historical background and real historical characters. I haven't read his novel, but I kind of already can guess what kind of story it could be. And this drama is led by whom? Ning Li and Bai Ke. These 2 guys are the same face at different age. When they show up, you're like, they're actually biologically related because they literally look like printed from each other. And it also involves other quite interesting actors such as Yin Fang and Lu Fangsheng. The only one I think working in Chinese dramaland actually is famous, who is also fully fluent in Japanese due to he actually was immigrated there when he was little and then got through university and then came back to China. He can pass for a Japanese guy, basically. perfectly. And since this is a period drama about China and Japan, he's the perfect choice. You can't find the second person who can do what he does. All in all, this actually sounds like a really interesting drama. Not only is I'm gonna look at really good costumes from Ming Dynasty, which looks really good if you look at the poster. It's also about that period of history, which is actually really dramatic and interesting. But given what has happened since early November in Japan and their prime minister, whose head just like, I don't know, she bumped her head somehow and started to say stupid things that caused a lot of tension. It hasn't resolved yet. Right now, it's in the middle of it. It's very hot. And Chinese people who are in Japan are literally being advised to leave, right? It's been going on for a few weeks. Anyway, given the current absolutely high tension geopolitics, I don't think this drama is going to air anytime soon. On the other hand, it would be really dramatic to see it airing now. It would be like 火上浇油, add more oil to the burning fire. I would definitely check out this drama whenever it comes out. Even just for the fact that you can see Bai Ke and Ning Li showing up in the same period drama and feeling this is the first time a drama actually convinced me people are biologically related. And then a little bit more, we have 2 new dramas that have started shooting during this week. First, we have iQIYI shooting a new drama that is termed as 都市言情, which is Metropolis Romance. That's the direct translation. 不二之城, My Queen, My Rules. Okay. 30 episodes, and this is gonna be led by 敖瑞鹏 and 沈宇杰. Just look at the poster. I feel like this is like 霸总. Another 霸总 drama. It just feels like that, but we shall wait and see. The other one is from Mango, and it's having a really funny title called 致我那菜市场的白月光, which is the type of thing that it's like a letter to somebody, right? So you read the title, it's like a letter to someone, and it is to that white moonlight of mine from a wet market. White moonlight, 白月光, is the type of ideal partner or lover that you wish you could have, but it never worked out. Usually 白月光 is somebody you don't actually manage to get, but then they're perfect in your head. I love the title. It's so ridiculous. I love it. English title is so much less interesting. It's called On My Way. They should just say the English title is The Moonlight from a Wet Market. It would be so much more interesting. So this is 30 episodes, contemporary romantic drama. That's going to be led by Zhang Jingyi and Chen Jingke. And the story is also pretty interesting. The girl is from a vacation school. So in China, it's kind of like not highly praised, and it means like you can't get into a proper high school and then university. Discriminated against type of education background. And our male lead character played by Chen Jingke, on the other hand, is a 学霸, super student. And then somehow they met at a wet market. Ended up like eventually they worked together and they started to create their own company and ventured even into Africa to do businesses and eventually created a construction company. So that sounds like a really interesting story. Definitely not the normal city white-collar office job, people looking cool and drinking wine, right? It's gonna be on the construction site. Covered in dust and in Africa. And I'm like, okay, that actually sounds more interesting than the average romantic drama, so I highly look forward to it. We probably are not going to see it until the end of next year, fastest. So that is the specific drama news that we've got this week. Quite a lot of stuff. And if you want to hear more of me saying more things that can get me murdered about Chinese drama or film or actors or whatever, you can look at my Thursday live stream I just did. Also, I did mention quite a lot about the game Where Winds Meet because I've been playing it and having a lot of fun with it. If anybody cares, I'll leave my ID in the pinned comment. But there's no guarantee that I'm gonna reply because I am absolutely scared about actually connecting with other people and playing the game because I'm shit at it. The only reason that I haven't joined any group and go on and fight with like randomly paired people is like I fear I'm gonna screw up other people. I'm so bad at playing the game, right? So if I go on a team, I'm gonna kill everyone because I'm incompetent. I worry about that too much. So I haven't done it yet. So if you contact me, I might be so scared that I don't reply to you, but you can give it a try. I do it on Steam, and the Chinese version actually is year ahead. So if I join the Chinese server now, I'm just gonna be too slow in progression. I can't help anyone. I'll be like totally useless. So I'm on the international server, but I do have a Chinese character name. I didn't know you can change it afterwards. If you do, you have to pay money to change your name, which I'm not doing that. So you're just gonna have to look at a Chinese name that you may not be able to pronounce. That should be the end of this video. Thank you for watching Avenue X. I'll see you in my next video. Meanwhile, live long and happy drama watching.